like to ask you, have you ever noticed during recess period when all your friends, they open their tiffin, you get fragrance of that food though you're sitting in the opposite corner of the class? How this is happening? Or if I open a bottle of perfume here, if you're sitting in the opposite corner of this room, you will be able to take fragrance of that perfume. How this is happening? The process which is involved in the spread of this fragrance, that is called diffusion. In today's video, we will study in detail diffusion and osmosis. First of all, diffusion. Diffusion is movement of substances, movement of gases or liquids from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration till uniformity is achieved. Like, for example, first of all, I would like to tell you, suppose you are having one tumbler which is filled with water. Okay, water is there. Now, if you will add few drops of blue ink or any colored ink in this tumbler, what will happen? These ink particles, they will diffuse gradually till ink is distributed uniformly. Same color is attained. You will not be able to find where are the drops of that ink. How this is happening? Actually, substances tend to move from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration till uniformity is achieved. This process is called diffusion. Now, what is diffusion? Movement substances, that is, in any medium it takes place. Movement of substances from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration until it spreads uniformly, or you can say uniformity is attained. Means substance ink, it was here only, but it spread till everywhere it spreads equally. This process is called diffusion. This process, see, we have studied that amoeba is single-celled organism. Okay, how amoeba is able to take gases from outside, like to take oxygen from outside and to release carbon dioxide, because it is single-celled. How this is happening? When concentration of oxygen outside is higher, then it follows law of diffusion. It will move from outside to inside, and carbon dioxide which accumulated in the cell, it will move out again by following law of diffusion. So what is diffusion? It is movement of substances from a region of their high concentration to the region of low concentration till both inside and outside equilibrium is attained. I hope this diffusion is clear to you. Now we are going to study similar process, that is how this takes place in water. Actually, diffusion takes place in any medium, in liquid, gases, but it is faster in gases. Now we are going to study osmosis. See, osmosis is slightly different. Osmosis, it is movement of substances from a region of high concentration to low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. You know, semi-permeable, we call it, is selectively permeable. When substances, especially liquid, it only takes place in liquids. Movement of liquid or solvent, when it takes move from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, is called osmosis. So osmosis takes place only in liquid medium, but diffusion can take place in liquid, in gases also. Okay. Now osmosis is further of two types: exosmosis and endosmosis. Exo means if water comes out of cell, means cell release water. It is called exosmosis. If cell gains water from the surrounding medium, we call it endosmosis. We will study this in detail. So, like if you take take, this is very common process, if you take plain water and in it you soak few raisins or almonds or apricot, this is very common. What will happen after an hour or after some time? What will happen? These raisins, they will swell up, they will become big in size. How this happened? Because raisins have absorbed water. Yes. So it means which osmosis took place? Exosmosis or endo? Endo means if cell absorb water. So these raisins swell up, they absorb water. So it means endosmosis has taken place. If same swollen raisins you will keep in sugar or salt, here it was plain water. If you will place it in sugar or salt solution, what will happen? These raisins, they will release that water and they will shrink. If water leaves cell, from the cell, it moves outside. We call this osmosis exosmosis. Actually, these solutions are hypotonic and hypertonic. We are going to study osmotic solutions in detail. Okay, now we are going to study osmotic solutions. Osmotic solutions. First of all, you know what is solution? In the liquid you have added salt, that becomes salt solution. In liquid, in water you have added sugar, that becomes sugar solution. So we are going to discuss about osmotic solutions. These are those solutions which allow movement of substances if they are separated by a membrane. It allows osmosis to take place if that liquid is separated by semi-permeable membrane. Okay, osmotic solutions are of three types. First is hypotonic solution, isotonic solution, and hypertonic solutions. We are going to study about these three solutions in detail. First of all, hypo. What do you mean by hypotonic solutions? See, if you are having water, any cell you have placed, maybe this is apricot, maybe raisin, you have placed in water. If water concentration inside cell is less as compared to surrounding medium, means outside the cell, this is cell, outside the cell there is high water concentration as compared to inside the cell. Then what will happen? Cell will, as according to osmosis, water will move from high to low concentration. Yes, such solutions, if surrounding the cell medium has high water concentration, such solutions are called hypotonic solutions. And hypotonic solutions allow endosmosis. As I gave you example earlier, raisins soaked in water, they will absorb water and they will swell up. Means water from outside is moving inside. Why it is happening? Because outside water concentration is higher. Such solutions which have high water concentration as compared to the cell, such solutions are called hypotonic solutions, and hypotonic solutions allow endosmosis to take place. Endo means to absorb water. So whatever you have placed, this may be apricot, almond, raisins, they will swell up. Now, what do you mean by isotonic solution? Actually, iso means same. If the cell and surrounding that water which is present, the medium in which it is present, that cell and the medium both have same water concentration. How much water is inside the cell? Same water is outside the cell. Such solutions are called isotonic solution. In such solution, no endosmosis, no exosmosis takes place. I mean to say there is no net movement of water. If little water will enter cell, same amount of water will leave cell to maintain that concentration. So, such solutions in which there is no net movement of water, if surrounding medium has same water concentration as the cell has, such solutions are called isotonic solutions. Now we are going to study third type of solution, that is hypertonic solution. Now, see, if the cell has more water as compared to the surrounding medium, this medium has less water concentration as compared to the cell, then what will happen? Cell will release water, because inside cell there is more water as compared to the medium, and osmosis follows the rule that water move from high to low concentration. Then cell will release water and it will shrink. If the solution is concentrated, highly concentrated means you have added salt in that or sugar, that solution becomes hypertonic solution. Inside cell more water is there as compared to the surrounding medium. Then exo-osmosis will take place. So hypertonic solution leads to exo-osmosis. Now related to this, I would like to tell you what is plasmolysis. As you know, in plant cells, outside cell membrane, there is another layer called cell wall. Yes, this cell wall is absent in animal cells, but in plant cell, it is present. Now, what will happen? You have placed that cell in hypertonic solution. Okay, what will happen? Cell will release water because inside cell there is high water concentration as compared to outside. Then what will happen? Cell will release water and cell will shrink. What will happen? See, cell wall is non-living. No, nothing will take place. It will not move. It will stay there only. But due to hypertonic solution, due to exosmosis, this cell membrane will move away from cell wall. Okay, it is not at its position. By losing water, it becomes shrunken. Now what will happen? Cell membrane will shrink. It will move away from cell wall. This process is called plasmolysis. Means shrinkage of cell membrane away from cell wall when it is kept in hypertonic solution. This is called plasmolysis. This plasmolysis takes place only in plant cells because they are having cell wall. Okay, if you will place RBC, red blood cell, in hypertonic solution, what will happen? It will shrink. If you will place this RBC in hypotonic solution, what will happen? It will gain water. Now, by gaining water, this RBC will burst. Why this is happening? Because RBC is animal cell. It is not having cell wall. Animal cells are not having cell wall, due to which by absorbing water, its membrane will burst, the cell will burst. This is the advantage of cell wall, that in plant cell, due to by absorbing water, by endosmosis, bursting will not take place. So cell wall, if cell membrane exerts pressure by absorbing water, equal pressure is exerted by cell wall, due to which cell will not burst. But by endosmosis, animal cell will burst, plant cell will remain intact. So I hope plasmolysis is clear to you. Three types of osmotic solutions: hypotonic, isotonic, hypertonic is clear. What is the meaning of exo and endosmosis? I hope all these topics are clear to you. Now, what is the benefit of osmosis? How osmosis plays role in our daily life? As I told you, osmosis takes place in liquid medium. How roots of plant absorb water from the soil? By the process of osmosis. Because the soil surrounding root, that is having high water concentration. Inside root, there is less water concentration, due to which automatically water will be absorbed by roots. So this osmosis helps plants to absorb water by the process of osmosis. And diffusion, that is exchange of gases within the cell, takes place due to high concentration of carbon dioxide inside. Carbon dioxide will leave the cell. If oxygen concentration is higher outside the cell, it will enter the cell. So these two processes, diffusion and osmosis, are very important for the exchange of material. But these two differ. Now we are going to do differences in diffusion and osmosis in detail. Okay, dear students, now we are going to study difference in diffusion and osmosis. Diffusion, it takes place in any medium, but osmosis, it only takes place in liquid medium. The diffusing molecules may be gases, liquids or solids, but osmosis involves movement of solvent only. Next, semi-permeable membrane is not required in case of diffusion, but semi-permeable membrane is required in osmosis because substances move from a region of high concentration to low concentration by crossing the semi-permeable membrane. Next, In case of diffusion, it is not influenced by the presence of solute or any other substance in the system. But osmosis gets affected by the presence of other substances in the solution. I hope these differences are clear to you. Now we are going to study another process, that is endocytosis. Dear students, have you ever wondered how amoeba take food? Amoeba takes food by the process of endocytosis. Now I am going to explain you what is this process. Due to flexibility of cell membrane, food particles are captured from outside, from the external environment, inward the cell. Like amoeba, how it capture food? When food particles come, it make pseudopodia, that you know, false feet. Yes? Which then it capture that food particle. How? Through the plasma, this plasma membrane or cell membrane only. So flexibility of cell membrane or plasma membrane that enables the cell, that enables the organism to engulf food particles from external environment is called endocytosis. This process, this endocytosis helps amoeba or other microorganisms to capture food through the plasma membrane from external environment. I hope this endocytosis is clear to you. Flexibility of plasma membrane to capture food from external environment is called endocytosis. Thank you so much. Catch you soon in the next video with explanation of cell organisms.